Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to try as much as possible to run over the questions very fast without losing the impact of it. Now, using the question from Honorable Wamboka, thank you, Honorable Wamboka. First, I want to confirm that I'm not using Speaker as a shield. I came to the Speaker first as someone I respect, having been in this House as a Member of Parliament when he's the Speaker, and we even started our engagement earlier than before he even became a Speaker. He's someone I respect, and I don't want to put him in any bad light at all. I don't want to demean the seat of the Speaker. That is why I made the commitment, and I am confirming here that it is my office that made that commitment. In terms of minimum of 21 billion, I hear you, Honorable Wamboka, but again, I want to repeat that there is a lot of pressure on our exchequer. Unless we receive these external finances, and I don't want to commit here with the resources that have not come. Because again, you are the same one who has asked me that why didn't I foresee, why didn't I plan with some of these failures? And therefore now I'm planning by saying that I don't want to commit with money that has not come. The moment I get that money, Honorable Wamboka, there is, through the Speaker, there is no reason why I cannot even do much more than you have not asked for. Secondly, I think now the other question is by Honorable Musa Sirman. I want to agree, Chairman, that bursary issue is of serious concern and that you probably need much more. In fact, we shared with you and you told me that at least we should make available 14 billion, at least, for you to be able, for members to be able, for CDF committees to be able to cater for bursary for our school-going children. Let me say this. I want to persuade members to allow me, not for next week, because next week I know the kind of commitments we have, but the following week, latest by 29th, that we make another disbursement of 7 billion. And I want to tie that to respond to Honorable Kainan on the question that you raised, whether the mandarins would mislead me. The advantage you have is that the CS at the National Treasury is an accountant and is an auditor. And therefore, I cannot be misled. It's not possible. What I have brought to you is not a letter. This is a transfer. This is an IFMIS spreadsheet that has been given to me. I did not want to come and give you a letter. I wanted to table before this House evidence that we have made the transfer. And we will make another transfer. What you can do, honorable members, you can tell your committees to go ahead and vet the students if you have not vetted them. Even make provision. You know how 14 billion can be split. There is already 7 billion. The other 7 billion, I will make sure that we try as much as we can to release it by 29. But next week will be too much pressure on our part. We may not be able to manage next week. Now, on the question by Zamzang, reducing the budget of NGAF to 2.7. Honorable Zamzang, you may not be aware of this. This NGAF money is my creation. It's not even a creation of women MPs. It is John Mbadi standing before you here today. Women MPs approached me and I took them to the minister then, the CS Rotich, who was my friend for many years. And I convinced Rotich, because the budget committee had rejected any creation of money for women representatives. And we persuaded Rotich. We were with Governor Wanga today. We were with Kajuju, the former MP, and Nyokabi. 4 of us. That is how this money came about. So I support it. We allocated 3.2, not 3.5, according to the records I have. But it was reduced. It was not National Treasury, it is this House. The moment this House reduces a budget, there is no power I have under the sun. In fact, the Constitution is very clear. No one, not even the President, has the power to appropriate money. Money is appropriated not even by any other house. It is the National Assembly of the Republic of Kenya. Kindly talk to your friends, beginning with those who sit in the budget committee, to protect any money that is allocated to NGAF, so that you don't have this. This money is very little. So if your colleagues here, through Honorable Atandi, who is now the new chair, can protect that money, I will disburse. Mine is to bring proposals, budget estimates, you approve. Once it is approved and appropriated, then the other job I have is to disburse. I think I have already addressed the question that Honorable Kangogo Bowen asked about releasing the money by next week. Honorable members, I want to beseech you not to make me commit to something that, again, I will appear before you here and you hold me to. Kindly hold me to my commitment for the last week of April. Honorable Mwango, when will we put money to the account? I think I've again addressed that. Honorable Makelap, breakdown of the money, how it goes to 3 wards, up to 7 wards. That one, the formula is there. And actually, I think you can walk to the chairman of the CDF committee, Honorable Sirma, would be able to share with you. Why not pay all the NG-CDF money by the first quarter? In fact, it is a very thought-provoking idea, which I've already thought about. Because we have a very constrained period between January and May. That period is usually very bad in terms of exchequer releases. I am thinking of trying to do as much as we possibly can between July and October. And that we will do in the next financial year. How I wish the pressure that is being applied to me today was applied in the last financial year. Because the pressure was not applied, carryover of 13 billion came to me. Now, if you added that 13 to what I've disbursed, Mr. Speaker, of 21, we would be at 44 billion. We would be almost nearing 70% of the NG-CDF. And all that, the money that was supposed to be disbursed in the last financial year, I have disbursed it now. I'm not getting any credit for it. But let's put pressure on me so that the next financial year we don't have the same story. Honorable Osero, 21 billion, I think, is a repetition. Honorable Mase, you have asked about external finances. Yes, it is true that now it is coming out clear that we are unlocking the external finances. There were some conditions precedent which we have met. But again, I want to stop at, I want to hesitate from making a commitment with money that has not come. If that money comes, I will do more than I've promised. Because I want to make sure that by end of this financial year, we clear all the allocation, the 68 billion for the CDF. That we can only be able to do if, when we get money, then we make sure that we enhance the allocation. On undertaking of 7 billion by end of next week, again, Honorable Farah Malim, I think I've addressed that. Honorable Kirima, am I aware that there is the only development in the constituencies is through NG-CDF? I am a Kenyan. I work in these villages. I know what is happening. But we also hope that counties use their monies prudently. Because actually that was a sense of devolution. And we cannot go back on devolution. It is there in the Constitution. We gave it to ourselves. I don't want to use such strong words, but I want to say better prudent use of government resources. Instead of getting a lot of cash stashed in people's houses, how I wish that we could see better roads, more water provision, health facilities in most of our villages, because that is what Kenyans called for. On the issue of plan of releasing GAF, you know, now we don't have a plan for 2024-25 because we have zero balance.
Yes.
So I wouldn't have a plan to release zero balance. But going forward, the money is not so much. At least, you should be guaranteed that if it remains at that level of about 3 billion or so, we will be releasing it in 2 tranches, so that we don't again spread it too thin. We can't have monthly disbursement for 3 billion. Honestly, it would not make sense. On the issue of sanitary pads, I think this is a policy decision that women representatives can discuss with the line ministry and come to some solution. It is not hard. You can just invite the cabinet secretary, the principal secretary, and you agree. I don't even know and understand why there should be issues around this. To me, it is a matter that can be resolved very quickly, and because what those children need are sanitary pads. Quality sanitary pads, both at reasonable prices. Presidential directive of 1 billion, I want to say again, we will try our best, bring the estimates here. Parliament will appropriate. Whatever Parliament appropriates or National Assembly appropriates is what we will give. If they appropriate 1 shilling, I will give 1 shilling. I will disburse 1 shilling. If they appropriate 10 billion, that's what we will appropriate. Again, the MP for Laikipia, can women reps get through NGAF, really not women reps? Let me say, NGAF gets its money back. It is this house to decide. I may not decide this. But going forward, I think I want to beseech honorable members, let us try to protect whatever location we have given to this fund, because it is too little. On gender-based violence cash, the money is there. We removed it from the gender ministry. Now it is with the parliament, under the parliamentary vote. I think the regulations, there should be a way through which that will be disbursed. And I know parliament is very careful in this, but the money is under parliamentary vote. Again, there is a question on sanitary pads. I don't want to repeat that again. Finally, the Honorable Kainan asked about prioritization. Actually, Honorable Kainan, I think my strength is in cash flow management. And I try so hard and so much to balance. That is why even when you hear you will not hear that we cannot pay salaries. You will not hear that we have not released capitation. People will just complain, but before the term ends, we have released every money because there is a program. CDF, I guarantee you, there is a program. We will make sure that the entire amount is disbursed. Challenges notwithstanding. The same with county government funds. Development budgets, the exchequer request for development funds, the only outstanding exchequer request is 57 billion, and 54.3 billion. And we have a plan on how to release that money. So in terms of prioritization, we are up to it, we are working on it, and we'll make sure that we implement the budget as you appropriated it. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Member.